Well, we've got Shaquille Smith here, the creator of the Jam Rock universe. Good afternoon or good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, what is the Jam Rock universe?
Jamrock Universe, well, I put it together. We're all comic book creators, story writers, narrators. So Jamrock Universe is pretty much made for Jamaica by Jamaica.
Ah.
So just everything, just a mixing pots of different creators all in one, and we just come together and create some good content.
Yeah. And what kind of stories do you like to do in these comics?
So majority of the stories that we have are mostly conspiracies, a lot more on playing on religion, history, a lot of things that people, in this day and age don't really want to talk about, but, we kind of find a lot of fascinating stories on a lot of the situations that's going on in the world now and, in the past.
Yeah. And what is the inspiration for all that?
Oh man, that's a very long story, but I'm gonna put it down a little. I'm gonna try to see if I can short it out. So, I went to Alaska. I think it was in 2019. This was pre-COVID, pre-TikTok, all of that good stuff, and went there in the summer to work on one of the canneries there on the fishing plant. And like I always do after I, finish work, I would, smoke a joint because over there it's legal,
Yeah.
And I was there, just smoking, and I don't know, man. It's like 24 hours, just all sunlight in Alaska. It was
Wow.
crazy. And during that time, there was people from all over the world, from Europe, Africa, South America, everywhere, from every walks of life. And I was in the most rural part of Alaska, so there was no service, there was nothing at all. And it's like growing up, you get very addicted to technology and phone and stuff like that, and not being able to use that around that time almost drive me crazy. I feel like I was like getting off a crack. It felt like. But after a couple months, and just, being around nature and stuff like that, that sense of like imagination that, everyone used to have as a child, but for some unknown reason, you lose that, during your teenage years. I never seem to know why, but it happened. But during that time when I was there smoking, something weird happened, man. And it was just like that sense of imagination came back, and that realization of connectivity with everything was just so bright. And that kind of gave me the inspiration to write the Annulus, which it talks about a lot more about connection with everything and everything that's around you, and how technology has seemed to taken that away from that sense of connection and everything else.
Yeah. And of course, you mentioned that you lose that imagination as you get older. So are these comic books for younger people who have still got their imagination, or is it maybe for people of a similar age that you are now?
I would say it would be for people around my age. And we're trying to make comic books for people our age.
Yeah.
We have lost so much in touch with our childhood. Especially with good content, when it comes on to movies and animations and stuff like that. I think that things for our age has completely died. And we are thinking about doing things for the younger generation, because, they don't really have anything to really entertain them, as we can really, see from all the stuff that's out now. But for now, it's mostly for, people our age.
Yeah. And you say we, so who else has helped you with these comic books?
Oh, yeah. So we have people from Brazil, Marcio, David Marcio, a couple of other people from Indonesia that's been helping us with the animation and stuff like that. And also Zach the Mac. He's from the States, of course, and he does all the narrations for the books.
Yeah.
It's been a good ride.
How did you manage to meet these people and work with them?
Some of them I met through college. While I was going to school, I've known some of them since I came to the States myself, since I was maybe 17 years old, and we've been writing it out ever since. Some of them I've found freelance on Fiverr and stuff like that, and just been gathering all the good creators that still have a sense of imagination and that good sense of creation without some type of agenda. And stuff like that. So it's yeah.
Yeah. And what is the timescale like? When are these stories going to be released?
As of right now, we're planning on doing an animated series.
Ooh.
So it's going to be about 10 episodes. So that's going to be coming within the year and hopefully around 2 years. But as of right now, we're dropping like the stories and narrated stories, which is about 30 minutes, and that's going to be dropped every once or every 2 weeks or so. But the comic books are getting created right now. It takes a lot of time to create comic books and put them together. So we have like the narrated stories out just so we can, give people, the stories and stuff like that while they wait for the comic books to come out. But the animated series, man, it's not going to be something amateur or, something ridiculous. It's actually going to be well put together. It's like 60 pictures per frame, and it's really, really, really good. I don't know if you like 2D animations, man, but I love old school 2D animations, and that's what we're gonna definitely bring back, man. So for sure.
Yeah, I love 2D animations. There's so much more effort that goes into it, isn't there? And it just makes you appreciate it more.
It is, man. It really is. And over the last couple of years, we have completely lost that. Completely lost the originality, the some really good creation that comes on the 2D animation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, where can we keep up to date with all this project stuff and find the comics and animated series when they come out?
Okay, so majority of the work is going to be on YouTube. So we have the narration portion is going to be on YouTube, and the comic book right now is available for free on Webtoons. You can just put in the Anilus anywhere and anywhere and pop up and click it, read it. But the animation series, we're still discussing if we should put it on YouTube for free or we should charge or whatever like that. But it's still in discussion.
Absolutely. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been very interesting to talk to you.
Definitely, and thank you so much for having me.